that was a very good game from two good sides. Obviously, Steve Barker, dusted us in the beginning of the season, properly pepper sprayed us in that MTN 8 semi-final. I can just imagine opposition fans were already looking in their drafts to pull, that picture where Steve Barker is doing this. I think everyone was just ready with that picture, maybe assuming that it was going to be another one, a third victory in a row against a Mamelodi Sundowns fan. Interesting battle almost everywhere in the pitch. The lineups, obviously, we cannot lie that Steve Barker is missing his Toure, is missing his Lihlohonono, Bradley, Mujela, who would have maybe had some teeth in this matchup against the defenders who Mamelodi Sundowns had on the day. But overall, it was just a very good match, even for a neutral. Now, here's a question I have. What is it about our soccer, journals in this country that seems to, their reporting is biased? I don't know, are they scared, or is there a fear against reporting the negatives of Orlando Pirates? Is everyone do they fear the Iron Duke, Ivan Kosa? I don't know. Stellenbosch traveled to Angola. They only arrived Monday, according to the coach. And obviously, according to FIFA rules, is that as long as you have a minimum of 2 days rest, then you can play. So that's why they were playing. But Orlando Pirates played on Saturday. I believe they arrived in the country on Sunday. Yet their match was still postponed. Why the journalists not writing about this or not saying anything about this? Because we all know, if it was Mamelodi Sundowns who were getting these favors, the hoo-ha will hear on the streets of Twitter, even from the journalists I am talking about. I mean, it would have been understandable for a Stellenbosch to postpone this match. I mean, the next match after today is all of these teams, they will be playing on Christmas Eve. But I find it unfair that Sundowns and Stellenbosch had to play while Orlando Pirates was rested. But anyway, that is not the topic. Today we are talking about Stellenbosch hosting Mamelodi Sundowns, and it ends 0-1 to Mamelodi Sundowns. A second win in a row for the new coach at Klokopa. His first win in the Betway Premiership. Mamelodi Sundowns have now won 8 games out of 9, leading the league with 24 points. Obviously, Orlando Pirates have a game in hand, and should they win that game, they will they'll have the same number of points as a Mamelodi Sundowns. Well, it was an entertaining game overall, and one cannot complain. Something that I'm really concerned about on behalf of Mamelodi Sundowns is the number of injuries, especially in defense, that they currently have. The only recognizable defender on the bench was a Khuliso Modao. RDR at some point, Rashid Duruk had to leave around over 80 minutes or so. I just hope that it's just cramps. There's really nothing serious, because there is no recognizable center back that is injury free except Mali Kosa. The reason Musa Libusa didn't play yesterday is because he's also out injured. Mvala is out injured. Rivaldo is out injured. Who else am I not counting? Gran Kekana is out injured. As much as I know that Divine Lunga can also play as a left center back, but I'm hoping that at least this 6 days or so of rest, maybe one of the defenders can recover as a backup, as we will be traveling down to play against an informed Amazulu who just roped in Mthethwa and a Bongani Zungu. Now, on the side of Steve Barker, the approach has always been to catch Mamelodi Sundowns on counter, because they play on transition. I mean, they have the type of players. You have your Titus, you have your Adams, but they were really missing a Bradley Mojela. I mean, a Titus and a Mojela are attacking wide with a De Jong coming into the in the box late on is always a plus. And as to why Steve Barker is not starting the proper number 9, maybe the only number 9 they have on the bench in a Cupido, I really don't understand why. I like a De Jong, but more as a number 10, not as a target man or a focal point. The hold-up play of a Cupido is better than any other player that's there. He's a threat aerially. He can really overwork any central pairing. He was playing for a Cape Town Spurs, but did a lot of work for the team. So you can just tell where they were missing. The first half belonged to Mamelodi Sundowns. Mamelodi Sundowns could have scored 5 goals or 4 goals, maybe a hat-trick from a Ribeiro. Someone please tell Lucas Ribeiro that at some point he really needs to calm down. He really needs to calm down. No need to to have that much time on the ball. Sometimes you don't have to be selfish. Sometimes you really need to release the ball in time. We know you are skillful, and some of the chances that were missed yesterday, on any other day, a Ribeiro could have easily punished them. Looked like a 4-3-3 from a Mamelodi Sundowns perspective, or a 4-3-2-1 or 1-2. Ribeiro 4-4-2 or 4-3-1-2. A Kodisang behind a front two of a Reins and a Ribeiro. Ribeiro was almost like given freedom to do as he pleases, drifting wide, come in and come collect balls, connect with an Allende, with a Modiba, with an Obas, and leaving your 1-1 of a Reines and a Kodisang. Kodisang had a brilliant game. He played in Portugal. Maybe the arrival of the Portuguese contingent in the technical team maybe has added some flavor, some confidence for the player who played in Portugal for majority of his formation years. And so he really played well. It almost like appeared like a number 10. He's the one who assisted that Reina's goal. He had some opportunities where he tried taking some shots at goal. You can just tell that in Kodisang, there's really something in that boy. Morena, not a lot of bombing up and down as we know him. I think they were just playing cautiously. He was there so that he tries and diffuses any threat that will come from the pace of a Titus or Adams or any Mgijimi that will be coming from a Stellenbosch. Maybe that's the reason why Morena was put there to help with Emali and Rushin Duruk. The two guys have never played together. Rushin Duruk has been injured for some time, and he's back now, and he was demanded to play the full 90 minutes. You could actually tell at the end that I hope it's not it's an injury, but it's just cramps, because he has not played such an intense game for some time. Man of the match could have easily been taken by Dennis Onyango, Ugandan 39-year-old 2016 CAF goalkeeper of the year, reminding all of us that class is permanent. Saved a lot of. I mean, this could have easily ended up as a 4-3, a 5-4, you know what, a 3-2 game, because there were chances were plenty on both sides. Sundowns in the first half had plenty of chances, could have easily scored 5. Second half, from that 70th minute going to the end, there were headers. There were I think about three headers that Cupido, Titus, I don't know who else, that could have easily gone in. So there were chances on both sides, but big up to a Dennis Onyango, who was just brilliant on the night. Obviously, we know that he is not the best on his feet, but you can just tell that he did well yesterday. That midfield three of an Allende, Modiba, and Obas. I prefer Modiba to play as an 8, guys. I'm sorry. I prefer him in the middle. I prefer him as an 8, not as a left back. Allende got injured earlier on. Mayema was introduced. Allende, more of back passes as opposed to a Mayema who came in, had 2 brilliant split passes, more forward passes from Mayema, which is something that you want more often from your midfielders. Modiba could have also had a goal. I think he had a shot where it also was saved, eventually hitting the post. So the midfield was you can tell that Miguel is really drilling these guys. Obas, Batusi Obas, Mamelodi Sundowns party. If you are looking for fancy things, you most probably will look past a party, a Batusi. But this guy, he is a beast. He is a beast. Ever since that call to Bafana, the guy, he's been on a beast mode. No one was expecting Hugo Bros to call an Obas, because he was not playing that much for Mamelodi Sundowns. But ever since he was called to the national team, he's been on beast mode. No different yesterday. I mean, the guy, your Jaden Adams, yesterday he was chasing shadows. He was quiet. Nduli, no, not influential. And it's because of that partnership of a Modiba and an Obas. And overall, I honestly thoroughly enjoyed that game. And how the goal came about started from the man of the match of the day, Divine Lunga, Zimbabwean's elite left back, winning the ball wide, giving it to Kodisang. Kodisang finding Reins with his back foot. And then Reins beating the keeper. I actually thought that he was going to find someone else. And but how he takes that goal, you know what? We really need to give credit to Reins. Iki Reins is in hot red form. And that link to Glasgow Rangers in Scotland does not come as a surprise. I mean, the boy is doing well. And if he continues in this way, it only means that Mamelodi Sundowns will be increasing that transfer fee. If really all these guys were the interest we're hearing from Glasgow Rangers, hearing from the Middle East, Saudi, or even Epito Musimane. But one cannot complain about this match, and everyone that actually went there, I think they got their money's worth. If you're seeing this face and this content for the very first time, I do go by the name of Oscar Ntsintsi Football, where I engage and discuss on anything to do with football from Africa to the world and from the world to Africa. You support this channel by liking, by sharing, by commenting on the section below on the subject we're discussing, which is a reaction on the match between Stellies and a Mamelodi Sundowns. I would like to hear your thoughts. What are your highlights on the game? We're going to the transfer window. Where do you think Steve Barker should strengthen? Who should be released? Who should come in for a Miguel Cardoso? I'm hearing that he wants one of the Brazilians that played for ES Tunis, Esperance, Sase as attacking forward. I hear that he is interested in him. So you also support the channel by watching the ads. You support the channel by going into that $ sign and contributing whatever. I think it's from 20 bucks, which is like $1, until like 10,000 rands, whatever amount, so we can improve the platform, the equipment, invite guests, invite others, so that we hear opinions from another side. Now, the last point before I end: Miguel Cardoso is Portuguese. Arthur Salles is Brazilian. He speaks Portuguese. Miguel comes in. He's been on the job now for over a week. He comes in. He's giving chances to some players. Mngqithi also came in yesterday from the bench. He started the Raja game. Kodisang has been given a chance. RDR, Roshin Durik, has been given a chance. Divine Lunga, which we didn't see a lot of him under Manqoba. He's given a number of players. But Salles, now this is how I'm beginning to be worried if a Miguel, who's Portuguese, speaks Portuguese, comes in. It doesn't look like they value or he rates this Salles guy, because even from the bench, Peter Shabile was called to come in. So I'm beginning to be worried if this Arthur Salles guy was a miss. He's not bad. It's just that maybe for the position he's playing in, maybe he's not the best. But anyway, that is just my opinion. Let me hear your opinion on the comment section below, and I really appreciate all your support. Merry Christmas in advance to everyone. If you're going home, going on holidays, traveling messes to and from, and take care of yourselves. If you're going into summer, or you're in summer, hydrate yourselves as much as you can. Take care of yourself, take care of your families, be responsible wherever you are. It's not the first, not the last festive season, so be wise out there. Let me end it there by declaring, may my God bless you all.